Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 28th tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we are going to see how we can control dimensions of elements using CSS. So the script that I have here is very similar to the file that we used a couple of tutorials ago when we checked out padding properties. And I have the poem Invictus by William Henley inside the body of this document. And I have a few properties applied to the div element in the style section, but these properties are different than what we checked out in the tutorial on padding. We are not using any padding here. Instead, I have four new properties: max height, min height, max width, and min width. Since we're going to see how to control dimensions, by dimensions we basically mean the height and width of the element. So that's why we're going to check out these four new properties, and I'll show you how this file looks the way it is right now in the browser. So this is how it looks. Remember we are using float left, so that's why this entire paragraph, or this div element has been compressed towards the left of the screen, and we do not have any padding, so that's why you can see that there's hardly any space between the text and the border for the div element. Now, if you were to use the height and width properties, then you know you would not get too much control over the dimensions. And what I mean by that is, uh, let's say I set the max width of this thing to 900 pixels, which is max height, sorry, to 900 pixels, which is much more than the current height of the element. If I would refresh the page, you would see that nothing changes, and that's because the border is being wrapped around the text. So if you would have more text, if you would have another verse here, or another stanza, then probably this border would extend. But using max height is not going to change the height of the element. Whereas if you use min height, you are in a way instructing CSS to forcefully change the height of the element to 900 pixels. So now if I would put 900 pixels here, save the file, go to my browser and refresh, you would see that the border now extends. So CSS has obeyed your instruction, and it has changed the height of this div element to 900 pixels. And if you were to use max height instead of min height, let's say you want to restrict the height of this element to only 50 pixels, which is much smaller than the height of the text in the paragraph. So there we go. We see a smaller box now, and irrespective of where the text ends, the height of this element is only going to be 50 pixels. And similarly, you can control the width. So if I were to use max width, let's say I set max width to 800 pixels, save the file, go to my browser and refresh, you would see that the border just wraps around the text, and it does not extend to 800 pixels, and that's because it won't, right? But if suppose we use min width, and if we set the value of this property to 800 pixels, I'll get rid of this here, save the file, go to the browser, refresh. Now you would see a div element with the width of 800 pixels. And similarly, if you were to use a max width of, let's say, 40 pixels, I'll get rid of 800 pixels here now, save the file and refresh. There we go, we see 40 pixels, right? So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys had fun watching this one, and you may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to see you in the next video, in which we'll check out a few more CSS properties. And thanks for watching this one. Take care.